Thank you. Okay, that was weird. It was glitching and not showing us our chat, but now it looks like it's working. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Wendy. Hello, my
Second
friends.
try.
Hopefully this works out this time.
I
Don't bully
didn't
that
even
cat.
get him a treat ready yet.
Don't get that cat a treat.
He needs to.
He does need. He's been a good and patient cat. All right, friends. So I wanted to show some of the wax work. We did a lot of mini things. And if you have hung around with us for a minute, you'll know that some of our news is that we have a space at the, look at those paws. Look at those paws. Check out the size of those big boy paws. We have a space at the Emporium in Hendersonville. So we've been prepping all week, getting ready.
No, not yet. It's not ready.
Hello, Pam. Hello. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Sorry about the glitch. Looks like we lost some people, and hopefully they can find us again. That's kind of annoying. There's always something, with technology. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. It could be that you have perfect weather and there isn't a cloud in the sky, and then the internet for some reason is like, you know what, today we are not going to work with you. So that's how it goes. You never know what's going to happen. Hello, Shannon. Happy Sunday. We made it. Today I went to Carrier Park. That's our local park. Wendy, thank you. Says, I'm here, present, here. And it was, Nilda's here joining us. Hello, Nilda. Hello, my friends. Did anybody do anything fun? I went on a bike ride and I did 5 miles. It was not a huge bike ride. Saw that hair just flicked. And just marveled at how perfect the weather. So perfect. Just got to enjoy a little bit of that. Can you see us now? Yes, I can see you now. Before we couldn't see anything, and that was it was a little bit stressful because we need to be able to see it. We need to see the comments in order to do the lot sale. So that was kind of horrendous. But so anyway, last night I stayed up working on getting a bunch of waxes done, and I had this idea. I don't know if other people like it, but we have this space in Hendersonville that we're working, Emporium on Main. And I want to put these little, I made miniatures probably 10, 15 years ago. And it was one of the more fun things that I've done, is being in a miniature collection for a dollhouse. We did 1/12 scale. I was making little, so here's one of, I ended up making this into a link. But here is one of my miniatures that I turned into. I cut the base off, and this is how it looked before. It was a link before I put a thing in her head. This was a bronze for, it's kind of like a little statue. Oh, hello, Karen. Wendy got back home from her trip last night. That's nice. That's good news. It's always fun to go on a trip. Always a good time. It'll be time. I need to go down and see my mom in Florida. It's about time for that. Go down and ride my bike near the Everglades. All right, let's see. I gotta really pay attention. So we have it's been about 4 minutes. We'll give it another few minutes, let people get in here and join us. So with that wax work, we made a bunch of small things. So with the price dropping on silver, I made a bunch of things that I need. So if it doesn't sell well, because people are kind of worried about buying things about buying silver right now, because who wants to pay top dollar? No one is the answer to that question. When it was how much when it went over $100? Yeah,
it was bad. Right now, I think it's, I don't know.
When they won't buy it, if you tried to sell it, if you go to a place like a coin shop, this is what usually people will say, okay, I'm going to go and sell some of this silver or gold or whatever. And if the coin shop is not buying it from the refiners, they know something. They're like, no, we're not doing this. Oh, Shannon says, spent a couple hours doing photography at the botanical garden last night. So many frog signs. Happy spring. Yeah, that was good times. I'm sure. Good times. I heard frogs on my last walk. Could hear them. I could hear a great big one, and I wanted to get in there and find it, but that's kind of frowned on to go in the little area in Karen Constantinople Park. Karen, can't remember the name of that park. There's always frogs, and there's one great big one. It's got a big barrel sound to it, and I'm always like, I bet I could weed this guy out and go in there and hunt him, just to see what he looks like, not to harm him or capture him. Maybe capture him for a while. Oh, I see our friend Connie. Hey, Connie, we're gonna be in there pretty soon, Connie. I've been making piles, so it's been a minute since I've had a space somewhere. So our space at Emporium is in the lower level, in the basement level, and then we have a small kiosk in the upper area to lure people down. A little sign or a big sign that says, "Hey, come see our other magical objects in the lower. Come find us." See the full booth downstairs so that they know, and then they can go hunt us down. So anyway, I have all these plans for what we're going to need, but we've been gathering up stuff, and the hard part is it's like, okay, what furniture do we want to bring in here? What furniture? Because how do we know how much stuff? So we've been compiling big piles. And it's good, but it is kind of chaotic, a little bit chaotic. You see it inside the house, you're like, what are you guys doing? You guys moving? Yes, we're moving into a place. So if you wanted to come to Asheville, it'd be fun. We're going to call, I thought, hey, we'll call it something like, come see the Curiosity Shop at Emporium. Because it kind of reminds me, y'all remember that show from the 90s, Friday the 13th, with the antique store? I've always wanted to have a booth or some way to do that, like at a Curiosity Shop, and now we're doing it. So yeah, so I just got distracted looking at this. I see Clem. Hello, Clem. Hello, my friend. And there's Wendy says, oh my God, I got my presents from you guys. My gift was the best, and my baby spoon. That's pretty cute. I love hearing that. And there was something I forgot to put in there, and I saw it just a few minutes ago. I was like, shoot, I forgot this. Sometimes if I will collect things for just little treats for my friends out there and put in their package, whether it's a little drawing or a little, something. Just say thanks for being there. The abalone bee, yeah, those that gives me joy in my heart when I think about that, because those pieces we were first on the scene and have first pick. And if you're a shopper, how wonderful of a feeling it is to see everything first. It's so delightful. So delightful. Okay, I'm going to switch this camera. I'm going to give Marty a little more of a snack.
Yeah, Sticky needs a double snack.
Yeah, he needs a double, triple snack. Look at him. He's watching. He's aware of that he needs something.
Double, triple snack.
Double snack. He's like, wait, did you squeeze that properly? No, I didn't. He's like, can you not do anything where I have to play with this?
Just let me eat it.
Oh, I know. He's like, just let me have it. What a fabulous present. That makes me happy. Wendy says, good Lord, what a fabulous present to come home to. So thank you. That's nice. I like hearing that. Oh, I see Melanie. Hello, Melanie. And I see Julie. Hello, my friends. Yes. So the other day when we went into the Emporium, somebody was having a crochet class, and Azalea and I were like, this is going to be good when we do have classes. It's going to be good times, all kinds of fun. Karen said he perked right up when you said snack. Is that true? Did you perk up? Yes, he did perk up. He said yes. He said yes. All right, I'm going to flip this camera, and I did not get this part ready. I did not get the overhead, so it's going to be a little bit chaotic. Is that Ann? I don't know if that's Ann Gardan, but I can't tell if that's you, Ann Gardan. All right, let me see. I'm going to flip this camera around. Get ready. Ew. No, that's not the way. Hey, sorry. I guess I should have done this before. That's
Oh,
all
I
my
did do
junk.
that before, and it didn't. I guess
Well,
it
we
just flipped on its own.
restarted. Sorry, y'all. Get out of there, you.
You can put that one light that clips at the top of that thing
Oh, yeah.
and make it a little bit brighter. It feels a little dark right there.
It's
in
a
that spot.
little
A little bit
dark.
of a shadow with the
A
phone.
little bit of darkness. All right, I'm getting it. So I spread out a bunch of stuff. Let me see, move all this junk out of the way. Okay. There we are. That's a little bit better. A little bit tidier. Like all my stuff is getting a shadow. Okay. Yes, it's me watching on YouTube. That's Ann. Wendy says, I perk up from the word treat too. Hey, guess what? I also do. That's one of my all-time favorite words is the word treat. Azalea is good at getting me to do things with the talk of a treat. Get that out of there. So I got this at an estate sale. Check this out. Even though it has a couple cells where, I believe somebody made this. They call that plique azure. That's a glass. That's enameled glass. They fire it using this type of mica to go. But I mean, I was like, somebody went through and did all this wire. You do it by forming it on another thing, like a piece of I don't know what the. When I took a class, they used some kind of pitch. It was like, I don't remember exactly what it was. But you form the wire on top. Sometimes you solder it, sometimes it just bent, and then you melt little piles of what they call frit. It's like ground up glass, and you spoon it in there, and then you do a little bit at a time. It takes forever. I only did like a beginner type thing, but can you believe that? It was like $2. Couldn't hardly believe it. I don't mind that. I could probably fix some of those with some resin. Be kind of cheater, but doesn't. I don't really care. It has its job, and that's to hold some of my waxes. Okay, I'm gonna get that in there. So anyway, I got this little plate of goodies that I was working on. Turn this way. Get out of that. Get rid of the shadows. Too many shadows. There, how's that? Is that a little better? It's a little better. Shannon says, that's a beautiful treasure find. You know, that is one of the things that I love about going to the different sales and things is finding treasures. Now I just have to find my optimizers. I just fixed them. Oh, Zoya, would you mind grabbing them? They're right over there on that chair. So check out. This is some stuff that. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I did a little bit of friendly plastic to put in here because the pegs popped out a long time ago. So now it is ready to rock and roll. Okay. I'll show you some of the things I've been doing. So these are the miniatures. There's a whole collection I made of minis. I got to keep an eye on the time so I don't go overboard with chit-chatting. Melanie says, yes, I love treasures. Yes, it's one of the joys of living is that dopamine rush of treasure. And then I used to make these little ladies. There's a little dude somewhere. It was a matching set. And this, I had a shelf at I think it was called the Royal Kensington Museum or Miniature Exhibition. And I was so pleased because it was one that the Queen apparently gives it a tour every year. And I was like, she saw my stuff. So this is one that I made. It was like a match. You know, it's kind of like Art Nouveau, you know, not like that kind of inspiration. And you can see some of the mold lines. And I thought, hey, I could put these make them in pewter because before I made them bronze. But, you know, I was thinking about how when I was a kid, we used to go to this place that had pewter castles and mermaids and fairies, and it was at the sort of was it kind of a Renaissance fair? Yeah, I was at a Renaissance fair. And I always liked them. Let me adjust this. This is denatured alcohol. This was made by my friend Rashawn. I'm adjusting this so that it's not going to heat up anything above it because this flame is hot, burns hot. And you adjust it by pulling this to a certain length. See how it kind of shortens the flame? I don't know if you can see that. But the more you give it, the more length, it gets a bigger flame. We don't need that big of a flame. Oh, thank you, Melanie. And Wendy says, "Oh my." Yeah, I have some pretty like little ladies that have a good look about them. This was actually, it's funny. This was my best seller. I sold a bunch of this over all my figures. The pairs of figures sold pretty well, but my big seller was this one, and the feet came off of this other one. Where'd it go? This little crow. Isn't this charming? It's missing the base. It fell off. There's another one I did of an owl. The owl's in here, I know. Oh, here it is. And I thought these would be cute underneath a dome of, like a mini dome of glass. Isn't that one cute? So that was also one of my bronze figures for my miniature collection. So I haven't made these, I don't know how many years. A long time. So what I thought I'd do was fix up some of them. I already started on this. There's a little lady. She's kind of, wherever there's an air bubble, that's what this other color of wax, that's how I have my repairs. So this one started from an injection mold. It's kind of a blue wax. And you can see we've mixed a purple and blue wax together. So this is just blue wax. This one's a mix. And her hand broke off. I couldn't find it and all this, so I just recarved it in another color in this red wax. So that's, if you're wondering why there's two different colors of wax there, that's why. And so these sold pretty well. She was like third place. And one that was first place, I bet y'all can guess, was this pig. The pig was the big seller of the weekend at the Royal Miniature Exhibition. So I guess people like pigs. Oh, and I think I had a cat. I don't know what happened to the cat. But anyway, that was what was happening. But this is all my current work, like what I'm working on right this minute. These are those, little cages for the gemstones. That's happening. I'm going to try and get these done for my friend Carrie so she can set some non-calibrated stones. What you do, it would only work in, say, silver. It has to be silver for this project because the silver is really bendable. So when this is finally cast, I'm going to go in there and detail each of these little leaves and things so it makes a beautiful pattern, and you can bend it around, and then it would fit multiple. And this is the small one. Here it is. Here's a small. Earlier, what happened to that? I had a little peridot saw here earlier. Little try. It was just hanging out. Maybe it's in this. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, that's that story. It's coming soon. Oh, Shannon says, yes. Especially love the branch with birds and the little owl. People like a bird. The little nude figures did okay. We'll put them over there. I don't know how well they'll sell. Melanie says, ooh, I would buy some of those from you. I have stones I would love to set in your stuff. And I was thinking about putting birds on there or little butterflies and moths and things. This is just the branch situation. It doesn't have all the fixings on it yet. But yeah, so that's on the project. Let's see what else is in this pile. Oh, so another thing that I wanted to do is make some things that I could change the position of and add wings. Like this is a injection molded fairy body, and she had a little area with wings. So I thought, hey, I bet I could cut this up and turn it into kind of like, kind of like a realistic insect. I think that might be weird. I'll do that one. I don't know. I'll do that one later because it seemed like, I don't know if y'all want to see me get too wild with that. This pig was a good seller. Melanie said, I like that pig. I'm excited with that nest for cabochons too. You know what would be good? I just noticed. I could put some of those frogs on this one. I have some. Maybe I'll do that. So one of the things is I will make duplicates. Right here. Check that out. So there's a little froggy. Isn't it so darn cute? Maybe I'll put it where he's kind of tucked in. The thing is you don't want to make it so you can't bend it. You don't want that. If you do, then it's like a big pain in the butt. You don't want that story. Here's a little, you know what? Isn't that adorable? That's a little brass pressing. At one point, I wanted to do brass pressings. I talked to my friend Wendy from Vintage. Y'all know Vintage with a J at the end. So she makes those pressings. And the pressings, I'm going to put that over there. If you wanted to make a plate, they're like 5x5, this steel plate, solid steel. And it's a big production to make these brass molds because they smash the brass into it after it's been annealed. So you get these little tiny, whatever. Well, it could be anything. It could be like this. This was some of the stuff. There's another one. See, this was one that was, the brass things were kind of pressed together, or maybe that's soldered, I can't tell. But anyway, these are like 3 different brass fittings attached together. And there's another one. This one just has a different patina. But you'd make them by, you have to get a metal that's stronger or that's harder than the steel to press out this part to make that mold. So the initial mold is kind of complex to make. You need to have something that's very, very durable. And I think copper is the thing, because when it gets melted, it's very strong. You can't, it's really kind of hard to bend it, especially if you alloy it with another metal like tin. Oh, I see Jeanette. Hello. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to add some flowers to this. This will be one that will be pretty cool. Let me get that going. So I have some castings for tonight. We have some silver castings. So I'm going to show this little bit of how I attach them. Get in here real close. Okay, we're doing fine work today. All kinds of small. There's a lot of cat here. So much cat here.
He jumps on the table when you're not in here.
Oh shoot, that makes sense. He does not want to do that. He
spreads out.
I don't like it.
He gets comfortable.
I'm like, listen, you can't be on the table. And he's like, why? And I said, well, it's because you put your feet in the litter box. If you were to learn how to use the toilet, then this would be different. Why can't you learn how to use the toilet like those other cats?
Shaming into potty training.
Yeah, I wanted to potty train him, but that didn't happen. I also tried that with a rabbit, and that went exactly as good as you could imagine that going. And that is not at all. Melanie says, I love castings. I also love them. Made that pretty much my life's work. Maybe I can add some birds to this. I wonder, sometimes it's fun. This whole thing will be kind of a fun experiment. You could also clip some pieces off of it too. But since silver is expensive, I don't know about doing that. I don't know about that talk. But it did drop. So I'm going to remove some of the mass to these so that they're nice and thin and easy to bend. But once they're in place, see, here's the thing. Once the silver gets bent a couple times, it gets work hardened and it doesn't want to bend anymore. So you get like one shot to bend it. Otherwise, you might break a piece off. It's pretty much every metal. Although some metals have a higher strength to be bent than others. So I became fascinated with titanium last week. and was doing all this research, and I was like, I'm gonna make titanium tools, and I'm gonna make titanium this and that. And then I looked up the melting temperature, and it turns out it's really, really high. And the reason I liked it is because I have a tool over here. This tool, like I could hold this on the torch. It's super lightweight, and I can hold that at the torch or at the flame for like a minute, and it will be really hot, but I can hold it from right here and it doesn't burn my fingers. So that's good news. Wendy says, we have the litter robot, and that expensive piece of machinery is worth every dime when you have 2 to 3 cats. Yeah, I know. We had a litter robot, and it got broken, so that wasn't good. I wouldn't mind getting another one, but right now I'm the litter robot, so got to get in there every day. And it's funny, like they're kind of concerned when I go in there. It's like, what? You can imagine, like cats are like, what are these humans doing? Why do they do this?
What do they do with our poop?
What are they doing?
Where do
so
they
confused.
take it?
Why are they saving it? What's going on here?
I would probably feel the same.
Yeah, who wouldn't? It's weird. So I'm melting this. What I'm doing is I'm getting this file, I'm melting off some of it. Now they have a tool that you can use. It's like a metal brush you can use to scrape off your files. But then you have all these little flecks of, file dust, wax dust, and it's just as easy to do this. Just as easy. And then look, it's completely, yay, ready to begin again. What are you talking about? Titanium. I'm good 7% titanium now. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, they use that in surgeries. I forgot about that because it's super lightweight and it doesn't corrode. That's the other bonus. Anti-corrosion. But it doesn't want to bend. That's the other thing. It doesn't like bending. So right now I'm thinning out all those little leaves so that they're way easier to bend. And I'm going to add more. I think flowers. What do you guys think about that talk? So I can make mini castings, like for little multiples. So see, here's one. I have another one. I have a lizard. I have a bunch of different itty bitty ones that are mini. And I can add them to different things. See, right here's a little skull. You could even add a little skull to it. See that little, it's so small. And actually, this is one, so I have one of these. Let me show it. So last night I was like hallucinating when I was making some of these. How cute this is. There's only one of these that got cast.
Which one?
That little
tiny skull button. I've
Gosh.
never seen that before.
That's because I never made it before.
I want it.
Here it is. Look, I made this.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
I almost pocketed, but then I was like, no, don't do it, and then I didn't. But it's
the
awesome.
reason I made these was to go on some of those pieces that I could do, like modular, I guess. Modular, I guess that's the right word.
The modular necklace series. That
you guys
went
remember
on
that? That went on for like 5 years. The modular necklace. So I made these little modular pieces that I could add. I made like 1 million of them. But anyway, there's only one of these. I guess I messed up the other one.
I didn't. There's no other one in the file.
I got into a flow state of making last night where I was kind of half asleep.
You had Midsummer Murders on by yourself?
Yeah, by myself. Wendy says, when it was up to my hubby to do the litter box, then it was litter robot time. Yeah, I hear it because every day it's something. All right, I'm gonna get that one ready. So I have this little. Oh, I have another one here, another little skull. I'll make you one, Azalea.
Yes.
And I can make it exactly to your specifications.
They're really cute. I would make it the centerpiece of something somehow.
There's a little snail I was working on. Yeah, so you don't want this to be any thicker. Melanie says, I'll take the skull. I have one. I have one of them.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And
this is
remember, you
part of-
guys, I take the notes
So
after
that
the
one
stream.
it's 680. I'll just say it right now. Wendy says, I hear that too. I'm the scooper. Well, if I wait for someone else to scoop, then the cats, they have a big problem with that because then no one wants to do it. They don't
when
like
you've
it.
asked me to do it, I did it.
Yeah,
And I did it when you guys were gone.
Yeah, that's good. It's good because the cats, you know what? Y'all know what happens if you don't tend to it.
I mean, you're so on
Everybody
top
knows.
of it every time I go and I check it. You've already been there.
It's good. It's good. So I'm thinning this down. And I'm hoping I have these done. I'm going to have to do some tests of it to make sure it works. But I have seen these before where they were kind of like... this is it's got too hot.
What happened to it?
It was too close to this, I think.
And what happened?
It just, look. Can you switch it?
Oh my god.
Can you switch my
messed
phone?
up my phone.
I didn't mess up your phone. I just moved to cool down.
Hold on. I'm trying to switch back. How the heck? I can't get there from here. Alright, there you go. Jump scare.
Jump scare. And then put it down where dog.
This is so crazy, you guys. Hold on.
Sorry. There we go. We're back. So it did get heated up. We overheated. We're going to have to... Uh-oh. Did I mess it up? I thought I was really good at not... We'll put it in the fridge.
Freezer time.
We'll put that thing in the fridge. All right, so we...
temperature. iPhone needs to cool down before you can use it.
The temperature on... So we basically... we overheated the Azalea's phone, so we're going to have to give it a minute.
It's in the freezer.
It's in the freezer. Oh. Let's see. What? I'm behind on these. I can't make it in titanium. I would love to make those in titanium. That's out of my wheelhouse of skills at this moment because every metal that we do, so just in case y'all didn't know this, every metal needs a different, what's called a crucible. I mean, I'm gonna check this. Sorry, I did that. I put that hand on there. Okay, so actually I need to see it. Maybe I'll wipe this down. You guys don't look at the camera, the screen. Sorry. Okay. So I got that moved over. All right. I would love to do move somebody so I don't melt them accidentally, which has happened. So I try to put all my tools on this side. Oh, can you make it where it's not doing the thing where it flipped? Look at how this is.
What?
You know how it's like mirror image? Like it's freaking me out.
Okay.
You know, just get it off of...
I need to sit on the other side of the table because I'm trying to crane around my neck. See this? You know, my phone's been through it today because I dropped it in a sink full of water. And then now it's been heated up and it's still working. Like, that thing's sturdy. Been through it. Okay, how do you flip it?
And it adds some space to this.
Okay, there we go.
All right, perfect. Ooh. Yeah, titanium's expensive, but I love it. I want titanium everything. Hey, look at this. This is a pen, and it's in titanium. And you know what? It weighs like nothing, and I have it in my pocket. I use it with this. This is the combination that gets used right here. It's the smallest set. And I put these pages in it that are like onion skin. And listen to that sound it makes. Isn't that kind of cool? Neat. You can kind of see through the different pages. So you get that kind of thing there. I don't know, would people be interested in something like this? It's like a set. I was like, maybe I can make those for the Emporium. We'll see. Oh, Shannon, I think Shannon wants one of these. I was saving one for something, but I can share. I took apart this necklace because I didn't like the clasp that was on. It was too heavy. So I want to put a different one on there. And I was thinking about putting either this one. I have a bunch of choices. These are bronze, and I was thinking about putting that as a dangle on there because isn't that cute? That's coming soon. And I have another one of these, but I don't know where I found that. A little rabbit. I wonder where that came out. So what you do is you heat up your tool, and it's kind of fun to go in there and kind of make space. You can see it smoking a little bit. Just go in and shape the branches. And I think this looks good. I've made these before with smaller stones, much smaller. I made some with some iris agate that I did not want to have a thick, chunky setting because sometimes if you have a big old thick setting, it disguises your stone because it takes up, because you're basically putting a frame around it. And if you have a stone that is beautiful all the way around, it's nice to be able to show that off. I can understand if, say, this stone was really crappy on the back, but this one, actually, the back, if you could see this, but it has a really beautiful, let me get in close, show it. Well, now it's not doing it, but it had like a good sparkle on that side. So whatever way, I think it has, if you look very closely, there's a beautiful schiller that's like extra good. So you want to make it where it's bendy enough, thin enough that you can actually bend it. You would not believe how difficult it is to bend 1 millimeter thickness of silver. It doesn't sound like that would be hard, but let me say, it is so hard. So hard. Oh, Wendy says that froggy book is adorable. Well, maybe I'll make some. I was thinking about carving a reverse stamp in wood so that I could stamp my leather blanks. And I think that would be a pretty good thing. Maybe I can, because then it's not so labor intensive. Some of the leather work can be really labor intensive. And there's like a little leather shop right down there in Hendersonville. I bought my belt there. It's really cute if you haven't been to that part of, it's kind of considered Asheville a little bit, don't you think? It's like basically, it's about 40 minutes away from where we live, from our house. But it doesn't feel like, it's the adjacent town, but it doesn't feel that far away to me. Because it's kind of like how Orlando is pretty sprawling, and my mom lives in Oviedo. It doesn't seem like you're like, when do you ever leave Orlando? It doesn't seem like you ever leave it. It's the same feeling here. It's like, oh, well, still in Asheville, right? Kind of. But anyway, it's a really cute the downtown is really charming. A lot of cute little restaurants. A little smoothie bar just opened up right next door. Cute. And the day when we went to a vendor meeting, I smelled Indian food, and I was like, listen, I'm going to have to track this down. I can smell it. And one thing that you guys, I don't know if you all know this about me, but I have the nose of a bloodhound. And I smelled that Indian food, and I was ready to go follow it.
Like in a cartoon where your nose, you get carried on the wind.
Mm-hmm. That's how it would have been, just like a cartoon. I was like, I smell it. You guys want Indian food? And everybody was just tired. We ran around all day.
We had to get to a meeting when you smelled it.
We did. We were on our way to the vendor meeting for the Emporium. And it's kind of a long meeting, so I did not get the Indian food. But there's always next time. So what I'm doing now is just shaping the leaves. I just go down the line and shape them. And I'll detail them. So this is kind of the tedious part of this. And the back of the piece is what you actually detail both sides. I actually will detail both sides so that there will be, say you use a clear stone, like a really perfect, super perfect quartz, and you can see right through it. You don't want to see it, and it's kind of like it's not that good on the other side. You don't want to have the big like chewy looking, or just not that detailed. I like it to be fully whatever side you are on. It looks good. Yeah, Melanie says you might need to anneal the metal before you bend it. That makes it more pliable. Yes. So whenever we get these ready for you to send, what I'll do is I'll anneal it. And I don't know if I can get away with shining it, because sometimes shining it, I think what we'll do, like what I did with mine was we annealed everything, shined it, but not super hard. That might be one of the things it might have to be a lot thinner. We'll just have to experiment. When I did it before, it wasn't super easy to bend, but I think we can get around that with just making sure that at all the connection points, like these are the connection points, they're pretty sturdy so that they don't just like break off. That's what you don't want. So all the connection points that each leaf and branch is connected to will be melted and be of the right thickness. But it's pretty fun. It's kind of a neat experiment. I've made a couple of these, or more than a couple, and the problem I kept running into was getting the thickness right. It doesn't sound like that'd be a big deal, but I'm going to bring it up for a second and show. I've shown these before, but to illustrate it, there they go. I didn't need to do that because they're right next to me. Forgot that I had these over here. So these prongs, they're not very deep, right? Look at how thin they are. So that prong is probably, I bet I can measure that right here. So it's about, okay, so it's like 1 millimeter and a quarter for these little prongs, the thickness. And this one was just annealed, right? And I have not gotten the courage to bend it because I'm a little bit scared I might go over it again. But I want to bend it over this, but I'm so scared to do it because I might crack the stone. So, and I have to go in and polish this side. So this is what I was talking about. If you have the inside of this nice and buffed out and real pretty looking, sometimes that can work harden it. So it might need a couple rounds. Maybe what I'll do is put it in the pickle so it's real shiny or real white. Like this one, this was really hard. This was actually thicker than this one. And so the prongs on this, oh, that was so hard to bend them, especially that one. It was no fun to try and bend it. But now, I mean, you would not, I mean, that does not look that thin. You think that that's too, you're like, oh, that would never hold it. Well, guess what? This is like, it's so, like that was really hard to bend. I don't even know how to explain how hard. So making it too thick is not the answer. So this one I did a little bit different. And I thinned them down a little bit because I did not like the feeling of trying to suffer with that one I just showed. So this one will be pretty easy because I just went in, thinned it with the Dremel, and so now it's easier. And so that one fit in there real good. But see how you can see through it? That's the other thing. I want to detail like this side of it, so that, or the back side, wherever the back side. This would be the front because it'd be going over. And this, with this really heavy duty side, made it really difficult to get the right shape. Oops. Man, it took forever because those shrinkage, that's the other thing. So it doesn't shrink a ton, but the metal contracts when it cools. So it's just like, it starts off kind of where you get, it's only a few percentage of, it's not much, but it's enough where this stone didn't want to fit in there. So I had to go in and like really carve it out. So with this, it'd be an improvement because then you can just like bend it to however large, and you're not constrained by the size of the bezel. I would love to make these. The problem with it if you wanted to make this for other people, is that the stone has to be exactly this size, and this is not a calibrated size. These are one-offs. So,
Did you show all the silver already? Or did you do like a few of it?
no, I only showed so far. I only showed this because I was trying to get. I gotta keep feeling to make sure that this doesn't get too hot. Keep that thing out of the way. You see, it's lined up, so it's not doing. It's not gonna.
It's not really in the path of
All
the
right,
flame.
because this was heating up. It's maybe that's always that way.
Maybe
Melanie,
just put
that's
your
cute.
hand on the bottom of the phone to see if it's getting warm.
It's pretty warm. All right. Well, I don't know why everything is hot. Maybe it's because I have like 10 lights going. But I'll show. So Melanie, I believe, I have one of these. It's lot 680.
All right, we need to switch gears from waxwork. Let's
Oh, yeah.
set that and put that out.
All right. Check your phone and see.
We're gonna rotate them again,
We
but
have to rotate the phone. Sorry, y'all. Can you put this in the fridge for me?
in the fridge you go.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I am. Yeah, that is weird. So it is warm on this. Doing this waxwork is warm. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's better.
It's fine. We had a quick switch out.
Yeah, that wasn't too terrible. All right, I'm going to move some stuff around so we do not have more of that. It looks like we cannot get away with as much of the waxwork as we used to. So I will hustle, get some of the stuff out of the way. And I'm going to get this out of here. Hold on a second. All right, so there's one item. That's for that teeny itty bitty tiny baby skull. Wouldn't that be so charming? It's a button. I thought I made two of them. Okay, Zelia, I think Shannon wanted this. You can find the facts for this one. She missed out on this one last week. If you could find it, it's this a tiny little bronze drop of a frog. We'll hold that one for Shannon. Because she mentioned.
Shannon got some frogs. We don't have any more.
No, this is one that was on my desk. It was in my
I
collection.
thought that she ordered some.
She just said she wanted that little. Oh, say it. Okay, so 6. This is on your wish list, Shannon. I'll make some more for you because I have some waxes of that. All right, so teeny star buttons. You guys have seen me use these a million times. So $10, $6.76. I have 8 of them. Here are they. This is all the guys I have on that. So if you want some of these little stars, they're not perfect because I did them. I hand did these all last night, but I think that lends to their charm because they're all a little tiny bit different. Look at this. Isn't this so cute? Okay, so that's. I want to try and get this because my phone keeps, or all of our phones keep heating up tonight. Okay. Wendy says, I found the coolest store if anyone is near Hilton Head Island, Black Market Minerals. Guys there were so helpful and their gems and jewelry were great quality and good prices for the quality. Got a gorgeous Petersite pendant, Super 7 pendant, all sterling, and a pair of blue Kaina earrings. Sound like you made out like a bandit. Good times. So I have one doll hand. This is the doll hand pendant. It's in silver. Isn't that cute? The doll that this goes with is precious, by the way. I have one. $6.77 if you're interested.
The sterling came out particularly good today.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
They could clean those up perfectly.
All right, what else do I have? What else do I have? Oh, I have a bunch of these little hooks. So I have 7 of these.
That's on my necklace.
$6.73 if you like this hook. This is the one, if you guys recall, remember how Azalea had to wait 1,000 years for her necklace to be done?
I love
This
that
is the
necklace.
reason.
I wear it almost every day.
So I made that to be adjustable. All right, what else do I have in here? What else is going on? And I have, I think, 7. Let's make some space. $6.73. Oh, and if our friend Carrie Rosse, I just did the math. If you're watching, Carrie, I did the math on your site and get back to you right away because I was kind of watching. We have just now started back up with the silver casting. We took a break for a couple of months while silver was going haywire. So we're back on making things. We've had people request. So, and the other thing is that, I don't know if I mentioned this, but each metal, so with bronze, if you have shuichi, if you have gold, you can't share crucibles. So our silver crucible was out of commission and we had to order another one. And so that's what happened with that. Okay, so this is kind of a random, I don't know. I made this and it's basically a one-off. It's kind of rustic. This is for someone that wants something that is very rustic. I made one. This is just something I was fooling with, and I thought, hey, what happens? We'll just cast it. So that's $6.79. It's kind of like one of the other birds, but it's pretty rustic. There's no mold of this. It was just one that I was just fooling with, and I made it. So I'll put it on a necklace. It doesn't sell, it's not a big deal. Oh, what else do I have over here? Oh, I think I have one of these. One little frog, $6.78. This one, I worked on this one last night. Let me see, look at it, examine him. It came out pretty good. He has a pretty good smile. Let's look at his little face. Check out that little, can we even get in there that tight? Charming smile. Okay, so this is $6.78, $14 for this little toad. I only have one. How many of these of the $6.74? I think there are 7 of them. So if you wanted one of these thin little moons, this is the time to get them. I make them sporadically. They don't always come out of the mold. So that's that there. Oh. Okay, I don't need these top divisors. All right, I have 2 more items. 2 more. No, 3 more, I mean. Okay, so these, remember this one was on the pearl necklace that I made pretty recently. You know, that mixed pearl. So this little guy with the filigree rose, you connect here. Let's take a closer look at it. And this is the other side of it. So I have 6 of them. This is $6.81. Put that right there. Let's see that. All right, let's see what else I have here. Oh, there's only one of this one. I thought I made more, but I guess I didn't. So there's one of these guys. This was kind of like, let me see. Let me show it. All right, so remember when we were talking modular? So I made a bunch of these different butterflies and I doctor them up after each one when they come out of the mold. So each one's a little bit different. This one has like an eye pattern that I carved on it. This one has like, it has a button back. That's what's the difference on that. So I put a button bail on this one. There's one of them, $15, $6.75. And last, so this one I get a lot of requests for, and it's not surprising because it's useful and good. This one's 18. It's the I button that has, I think we call it I button drilled twice because there's a different I button. I don't remember what Greg named it. Anyway, there are 7 of them. It's pretty rustic. Like it has a kind of a faceted look. Pretty good. So this is $6.82 if you're interested. And it's a good one. This one is a perfectly good one for treasure necklaces because it's easy to get through the loop. Oh, here's some stuff here I can show. So here's the, okay, so remember we were just now talking about the pearl, how that pearl necklace looked? Okay, so that's what I did here. I did a little bit of chain so that if I have a different size of neckline, and also note how there's a little bit of a bump here. That's to keep it from just sliding right off. And just a little pop, just so it's just an extra security. Anyway, it looks good when it goes to the front, you know, because it inevitably, you have a, well, you can hear the people hot rodding. So you can make it adjustable. And it looks pretty good. And I did a little tie flower at the end of it. So that's that little rose clasp, or the rose filigree on that. $6.81.
It's really charming.
Yeah, that came out good. And here is one. This is the example of the, what do they call it? Oh, sterling diamond button. All right. Wendy says, those look like a cute piggy nose, the connector with the 2 holes. Yeah, it kind of does, a little piggy nose. This is how it looks when it's done. This is that necklace that I did with the tie. Or maybe these are African. I think it's African, actually. And that's how I use that. See how it has the button closure right here? It's very durable, and that's how it looks. But it has a kind of, when you gets that little bit of a patina, you can see the facets a little more clearly. And you just aim the nose through the loop, and it's very easy to do. That's one of the reasons I like this, is it sits pretty well. It's simple, yet it's one of those kind that really, you know, it just looks like, I don't know, kind of an ancient design, actually. That's what it makes me think. Like, this is something you would see in like a Byzantine kind of display. It's one of my favorites, and I've put that one many times. So that one is $6.82, and I have 7 of them. I probably have a few more in my collection that I will probably use for things, because it's one of my, it's a good one for a medium weight treasure necklace, I would say. Like this one, you know, that one, I've been sitting there thinking, which one am I going to put? So this is a treasure necklace where I have knotted a rainbow of gemstones, and I didn't like the first one that I had because it was, I put it on there too loosely, and so it kind of hung funny. This would fit it just right. Look how that would look. Slide that thing right in there. You can see. You just go like that. So right on top. And put it around there. I think that would look really charming. And if it goes in the front, you know, it's pretty. So it doesn't matter. All right. Okay, so that one is $6.82, and I have 7 of them. Plenty. All right. I think that's everything.
Nice.
I think so.
Good job.
You see all that goodie. All right, my friends. I am gonna wrap this up. Partly because I'm kind of concerned about the phones. I don't know why that's never happened before, but it could be that the ambient temperature next to this lamp was hotter than I realized. It must be, because it both of our phones had this warning that I've never seen before. So that was kind of, it was exciting in a not good way. I'm going to change this. Oh, no, I can't do that. I have to use your phone, and then we can do the selfie. right? Let me do selfie.
I thought it
again.
gave you your phone back.
No, this phone. Do selfie.
Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Your phone's normal now. You can plug it back in to be normal. Unless you just want to flip it.
Where do you see?
You click it here, and then you
wide
go
angle. I see.
selfie. It's like old times.
It's just like old times, y'all. Get all this stuff out of the way. Switch
We're
it.
back. There's Thicky.
Yeah, but he's on the wrong side.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
That's the side he's on. Turn around and look. That's the side he's always been on.
If I look at him, he's still on the same. It looks wrong to me.
That's how it looks for me looking at you. He's
It's
on. He's
okay.
always been on the right side.
All right, my friends. I'm gonna take a sip. Hold on a second. Okay.
That's a big cat.
If there was any requests, we are going to try and do one more. Let's see. So this is a pretty busy week. We are leaving for the retreat that we're going to that is held by Pearl's Yarn Emporium. It's going to be fun. This time it's going to be a murder mystery retreat. And I get to play, as I don't know if you know this, but I get to play the artiste. That's my role.
That's cute.
And one of the finalists in this. It's like a murder mystery in a craft show, which is kind of fun because I have experience with that. I was actually one of the people that was trying out to be on this show. I don't remember the name of it, with Nick Offerman. You guys remember that show? And Amy Poehler. You guys remember that show? Anyway, our retreats this weekend. We leave on Friday, and it's just in Black Mountain, so it's not that far. But on the Thursday before, just a little reminder, on March 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be going live with Sarah. Y'all all know Sarah from Softflex. It's going to be a good time. And we're going to show, they placed a big order, and we're going to look at what they ordered. So I'm going to have a project ready, so I have to get a project for that going. And so the next day, on that Friday, that following Friday, the day we leave for our retreat, it's going to be kind of exciting. The TGBE is having a spring cleaning de-stash. So that's a good time to show up. I've gotten some things from different folks, and I think most of us are going to be on for that event. So that's happening this Friday. Our slot time is at 3:45. And in all of the bustling around looking for furniture and things to fill up our booth space at the Emporium on Main, I found a bunch of stuff that I was like, this would be perfect for the D-Stash. So if you would like to see some deals, that's what this thing is about. I'm going to put together some things I've been sitting on for a while, and hopefully I can move it. Get my kitchen. We've been sitting here dealing with, there's a few missing tiles. It's so annoying. We just had the plumber come in, and you know what the horrendous news with that was? It wasn't actually the dishwasher that was leaking. It was actually behind the fridge. So they fixed the thing behind the fridge, but then what we realized that all of this started was because there was a leak at the part of the cul-de-sac where we live during, I don't know why this is happening, but our pressure is too hot. Coming into the house, it's way too high. So everything is just like, we've got to get, that's the next thing. So it's all in steps, all steps. So if you're wondering what's been going on with that, our next step will be moving everything out of the kitchen, and then we're going to put our work clothes on and dig it up. So that's the next step.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. We just have to move everything out of the kitchen. Slowly but surely, we're getting it done. All right, my friends, I'm going to go take a walk around the block, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Oh, and Greg wants to do the live. He wants to do the guest spot on Sunday.
He wants to be included now.
Yeah, he saw Jamie having a good time, and he's like,
wait a minute.
So you will see Greg. He's usually behind the scenes, but he'll be in front of the scenes on Sunday. So keep that in the mind. We were talking about, I don't know, he might be making a tree. We're not really sure what's going to happen. All right. Oh, Wendy, it's always our actually the biggest things for us is our porch and our kitchen. That's what needs done. And we're slowly but surely plugging away on it. And all thanks to our friends here keeping it going, keeping the dream alive. All right, my friends, we are going to see y'all on Wednesday. And we'll see you also Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. So you're going to be seeing a lot of us this week. And then before that, I have jury duty, so I'm hoping that I don't have to actually, keeping my fingers crossed, I don't have to actually show up and I get that thing that they say, oh, you're not needed this time. That's what I'm hoping. Other than that, I'll have to be doing my usual shtick.
Bring your knitting.
I'll say, listen, y'all, you'll want me because I can spot a liar at 5 paces. And that's what I usually say. I get that from my mom. She says that whenever she was called for jury duty. She's like,
And they don't like it when you say that?
I guess they don't, because she's used it for years and she never gets picked for some reason. I don't know. You say you can spot a liar.
Used it for years. Professional.
All right, my friends, we will see you at one of the many times this week. All right, my friends, we love you out there. Y'all take care.